Ijime has been always a problem here since before, and surely not just in Japan. But experts sound alarms are, especially those kids so-called Gaijin kids, might be increasingly the target, which is not surprising though considering what we see on social media like YouTube. And even many adults might grow resentment with foreigners. But the continuous increase of foreign residents, especially in Tokyo, is causing the increase of foreign kids in school, to the point where it's already exceeding the capacity. Despite of the harsh working culture and stagnated wage, Japan's clearly one of the popular destinations, not just as a tourist but resident. That's why in contrast to the decline of Japanese population, foreign population keeps growing. Anyway, going back to the issue, the more media talk about it, the more hatred goes towards Gaijin kids who are completely innocent, but especially those incapable of speaking Japanese. They might be often bullied by Japanese kids, he emphasized.
子供たちだって日本語ろくに喋れなかったら、学校行っちゃったらいじめに遭いますよね。家族との会話をなるべく日本語にしてくださいって。そうしないと子供が日本語を覚えないんで、家で自分たちの言語喋るんですよ。お前なんで言葉喋れねえんだよとか、I can't speak English って言うらしいんですよ。拒否反応示せってあなたこっち来ないでみたいな人多いんです。子供も許容しないような子供がいっぱい日本人には生まれてる。
スクールに、行きますと。ただそこでいじめられたり、登校拒否になるとなかなか復帰できないので、引きこもりになったり、孤立するケースが多いですね。なかなか、日本語で理解できないし、コミュニケーションが難しいっていうのはありますね。最近は。
Some of the students and teachers I talked to point out, Japanese and foreign kids are often separated and rarely interact with each other.
There's not like a lot of chance to actually talk to foreign students. Like a lot of people think we have language barriers, so it's kind of easier to make it separate, but we don't have like opportunities to get to know each other. In reality, there's like no chance to talk to them.
なんていうのかな、外国人を排斥したいとか、なんかでも差別ディスクリミネーション。そうですね。やっぱ外国の方出てけとかって言ってる方ももちろんいるし、一定数いるし、増えてるかもしれないけども、まだまだ大多数の日本人はそういうことは思っていなくて、ただでも心のどこかでそういう日本人ファーストとか外国人何か変えてほしいとかっていう思いはでも分かる部分もある。それを共有してる。
It's not like Japan's doing nothing about it. Recently, more and more municipalities try to help them on that. But even if they speak Japanese fluently, they might be still the target for bullies.
上靴の中に画鋲入れられたりとか、自分の椅子の上に画鋲を置かれて、机にブラジル帰れて書かれてたりとか。
やはりそういう日本人ファーストとか、そういう政党の話題にも。ただ、それをもって、いじめにあったりとか、接点を持たないっていうのも、接点を持つってことが大切かなとは思います。
To minimize the issue, some of the politicians claim that we got to reduce the number of immigrants as they are more likely to procreate kids. So foreign kids only keep increasing otherwise.
だから、あまりにも移民に頼りすぎてるんじゃない。僕はだから移民はとにかく徹底的に排除しようって言ってるのも、あまり賢くない人たち、低所得の人の方が子供を産むんですよね。そういう外国人の労働者がいっぱいいますよね。めちゃくちゃ叱られますけど、僕は完全に優勢思想なんで、決して賢くない人が増えていってると。日本の価値をそこで落としてしまっていることにすごく危険を感じていて、ホテルで言えば5つ星ホテルに作業服着た人を入れてるようなもんなんですよ。これはやめようと。ある程度心をね、鬼にしてでも社会から退場してもらわなきゃいけない。この国の治安が乱れるなってすごい、外国人が犯罪をするんじゃなくて、貧乏人が犯罪するって考え方なんですよ。日本に出稼ぎに来ました。で、仕事がうまくいかない、人間関係うまくいかない。じゃあ他に仕事がない。だから犯罪をしてしまう。そこにメスを入れないといけない。てかそこの改革をしなきゃ、常に将来は不安ですよね。
But what about kids from international marriage? They also might often become the target for bullies, as they are considered foreigners at school. Among those kids, if their father is a Japanese person, which is much more often the case in Japan, the mothers are often from Asian countries like Chinese, Korean, Filipino, or Southeast Asian. And those countries don't necessarily give us a positive image, but sometimes heavily stigmatized.
People who came from Asia considered as kabajo or fuzoku. Classmate who bullied me said that my dad got married to this woman because they met at some kind of pub or something, which is completely not true, but the rumors kind of spread.
Especially that I'm a Filipina. Most Japanese people see us as women in pubs. Sadly, we have bad reputation.
Unfortunately, that's why their children might be bullied or isolated. Some of the comments she constantly got from the neighbors or classmates were quite disturbing, and in the end, her family were driven to move out.
When I came to the classroom, my seat was only isolated from other people's seats. Classmates hide my stuff. Like ping-pong dashi was quite a daily thing, and it got lasted from like 4 to 5 years. There's no way to avoid this kind of thing as long as we're living in this particular area. So we decided to move to Tokyo. Changing the environment is definitely one solution that international families can consider. It's really hard to change the opinions of the bully.
In Japan, it's not rare to hear that those kids kind of forced to transfer school.
すっごいいじめられていやー大変でしたね。なんか床に3人の男の子に髪を引っ張って引きずられたりとか、手を挙げて誰も聞かない。なんで？日本の学校行くとこんなにいじめられちゃうならインターじゃないとダメだねってなって、でもまあ生まれ育ちずっと日本なんで、難しいですね。ルックスがこっちなんで。で、友達外人の子たちばっかですし。
I don't know. I haven't tried to make friends in a long time. But when I first started living in Japan, I would hang out with the people from my karaoke place. The people that came around me didn't come around me because they really liked me. They came around me because I looked different, or they came around me because I could speak English. It was never because they genuinely liked who I was. And I could feel that. I didn't want to be friends with those people, and then I had no friends for a while.
いきなりこうバッていろんな国の人が目にするようになって、それに対応しきれてない。どの学校にもいじめはあると思うし、差別はあると思うんですけど、見た目外国人みたいな子でこう日本語話してると、なんで例えば英語話せないのとか言ったり、その見た目で日本語しか話せないのとか、それは恐怖だったり抵抗があったりするのは当たり前だと思ってるんですよね。それは難しいとは分かってるんですけど、なんかその先生にこう言われちゃうとか、なんかそれが恥ずかしい。生徒たちが多分見た目がこう多様になっているからこそ意識変えてほしいなとは思いますね。
多様性があること自体は何も問題ではないと思います。なので外国ルーツの子もいてもいいし、何が一番問題かっていうと、とりあえずごちゃ混ぜにします、あと放置ですみたいな。何かトラブルがあったら加害生徒が怒られて終わっちゃうみたいな。インクルーシブっていうところの腹打ちは全くできてないわけなんですけど、で、なんでそれが言えてないかっていうと、それは当たり前で、先生たちもずっと分断されてきた中で育ってきた方が先生をやってるからこそ腹落ちできてないわけですよ。
According to a survey I've checked, nearly 70% have experienced bullying, and among them, it's often by classmates, but sometimes even by teachers. Another survey about Gaijin kids shows what would hurt them the most during school days that they are treated like outsider. And I hear that some schools actually prohibit the word Gaijin for that. If you are constantly treated like that in a childhood, your mental state could be on the verge of the collapse. To be fair though, with the rise of Gaijin kids in recent years, seems like many people speak up against unreasonable school rules, and some actually start abolishing those. But student mindset or attitude towards Gaijin kids might not be necessarily changing accordingly, she points out.
I see some like half Japanese and somewhere else or quarter get bullied in school for being that way because like kids just can't understand calling foreigner as Gaijin and just categorizing them into one.
I haven't really been treated as a Japanese person most of the time. It is frustrating and I get a little bit offended. But I know it's not from a bad place. You know, you don't have that kind of knowledge or experience. No one told you that kind of thing. Of course you're not going to know. It's normal.
So what's the solution? Some people say not recognizing dual citizenship reinforces the idea, especially among kids, that you are supposed to be only either Japanese or foreigner, like there's no in-between.
And I think dual citizenship would be a really beneficial thing. If they could get that, attitudes would change.
The first steps are removing legal roadblocks to becoming same level citizens as everyone else.
But she emphasized simply recognizing dual citizenship still wouldn't solve the problem at the core, because it's not just Gaijin kids. Even among Japanese kids or adults, ijime is still widely prevalent in Japan. She claimed the society is still not tolerant toward something different.
差別とかって日本人同士でもあるし、日本人の中でも多分 いろんな人がいて個性出したいみたいな子も結構増えてきてるし、それは変えていく必要があるかなとは。
When I had eating disorder, I was just trying to fix so much of how I look. I was just tied to this idea of I should look thin. A lot of people are just trying so hard, pretending to look a certain way, to be a certain way. So now I prefer like international or mixed culture community because there's no such thing as you're supposed to be this way. And if not, you're a weirdo.
インターとかに通ってて個性をすごいみんな大事にしてる子たちが多いような気がするので、今はもちろんハーフの子がもっといますし、特にね東京とかポニーとかいろんなねこちら辺はいますけど、みんなとルックスが違うとか髪の毛が違う、肌の色が違うですごいピックされてます。
There are more foreigners in Japan now, so people are kind of getting used to it, but Japanese society itself isn't really trying to change. I think one of the main problems would be education. I only have Canada to compare to. You're surrounded by kids that are all different, and then you go to school and you're taught that everybody's different and it's okay.
When it comes to beauty or how I look physically, I still do have a certain belief about it, and I can never believe that I look beautiful, which really aches to say that, but I see a lot of women experiencing that.
同じ日本人も認められないと外国の方も認められないと思うので、自分らしさみたいなのを認められるような教育があればもっといいのかなって。
That depends of everyone's education. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter where are you from, but the values that you have. So you need to respect anyone. I think it's more of a mindset of education. I think everything is related to education.
Focusing on changing people's minds and hearts, no matter where they come from or what their race is, you can coexist together and we're all just people at the end of the day.